Good morning. It's another bright and sunny day here in Dubai. It's currently Sunday. Past couple of days have been not too great in terms of energy, but I think it's related to possibly the fact that the model Lina that I met the other day, she said she came down with a bit of an illness. So maybe I've been fighting off a bug as well. The other thing it might be related to, I don't know, maybe the inflammation in my elbow. It's been hurting me quite a bit, and maybe I haven't slept as well because of it. I went back to Restore Mall because my friend Danny had an interview anyway with the owner. They have some products that they want to sell, and that's what he's good at. So I took advantage of the fact he wanted to go there, and I gave him a ride so I could get some treatment as well for my elbow. I got some cryo treatments, and that brought some instant relief. And unfortunately, I can't do the follow-up treatments, which he said would help a lot, because I'm scheduled to fly to Belgium tomorrow. I know I'm glad to see my mom and my son again. The timing may not be the best, but I scheduled it because I'm helping my mom out with the car. She previously had a Mercedes, and it didn't have air conditioning, and because it's a diesel, you can't use it in a lot of places anymore. That's one of the reasons that I helped her previously to get a new car. We got an electric one as well, you know, to take it easy on the climate. And unfortunately, it does have some issues now. So, you know, since last time I brought it in, it took like all day. I don't want to do it to her to do it on her own, so I made sure to buy flights back before it has to be in. Hopefully now it's a bit smoother, but yeah, last time literally I spent all day in that garage waiting around for them to even look at the car. You know, I don't see the point of an appointment if you're gonna make people wait around anyway. But yeah, enough of the ranting. I don't want to complain too much. So I'll be flying back for that reason tomorrow with Emirates. And regarding my mom, I think she's a real inspiration to me. She's a very selfless person when it comes to her time and her resources. She's always selflessly spending it on other people. As a recent example, like my former cleaning lady in Mexico, her son was diagnosed with cancer, and when my mom heard about it, like, she was immediately there to try and offer support. And she in a lot of ways inspired me also to make sure that my company in Mexico, it donates at least 5% of its profits to charity. And now, in fact, to that charity that's going to help my former cleaning lady's son with cancer, for instance, and some other organizations. Like, I switch them up every other month. Speaking of health, a couple days ago at U&Co, they had a blood test and a nutritionist come by. It's a pretty cool initiative, you know, keep people, or at least provide some, a trigger moment for them to check up on their health. So I got like some routine blood work done, and as well as a stool and urine sample, you know, just to make sure all the values are okay, since it's been a good while since I've had that done. And the nutritionist that they had there turned out to be she was like extremely attractive, which is a bit odd in that situation, you know, when you meet someone of the opposite gender, opposite sex, that is attractive. Your first instinct, of course, even though despite the setting and despite the fact, you know, they may be not even be single or whatever, but you kind of have this instinct or like urge to make a good impression on them, which is difficult to do if you're, you know, talking about your lack of energy and your digestion issues, you know, your Bristol scale of your stools, this kind of thing. But yeah, anyway, I got the results back today, and my white blood cell counts are still low, That's been the case for several years now. That's why in Mexico I went to an immunologist, and his hypothesis was that I have CVID or CVID, which is a common variable immune disorder, or something like that. And basically, where they don't know, you have some symptoms, but they don't know the cause. So yeah, at least in Belgium, I did some studies and I didn't think it was that. So, I'm still not really sure what's going on with. Sometimes I have these digestive issues and lack of energy. Those are the main things. And the stool sample came back with the only issue being undigested fiber, and well, that might be fairly common. And how do you say? There was yeast, some yeast presence or something like that, which I put into ChatGPT, my new doctor, and apparently it might indicate candida overgrowth. So that's something I'll be looking into. Quick update on cryptocurrencies, like some are up, some are down. The main news the last couple of days seems to be Ledger, which has like a recovery feature for their hardware wallet. That didn't seem like a good idea to a lot of people. I don't use Ledger. I did buy one at some point. But yeah, I wouldn't particularly trust a closed source company that, builds in its own backdoors, so to speak. Not to go too excessively towards that side of the argument. Of course, it's still safer to use than just keeping your money on an exchange or using a hot wallet. But yeah, I see the point, and I would recommend using open source like Trezor for this purpose, since at least it's possible for independent parties to have a look at the source code and make sure things are safe. If you are going to be putting significant amounts of money in there, then you want to make sure that it's not going to go poof and vanish overnight. That's one of my biggest concerns, I suppose, with cryptocurrency, is how secure people are able to store their seed phrases, and also the advent of AI and supercomputing and quantum computing, and whether or not it's all going to prove to be sufficiently resilient against such advances.